Your daily habits are contributing to your level of self-worth and your level of self-love, and you probably don't even realize it. If you are struggling daily to love yourself, find your self-worth, find relationships and friendships that are good for you, and you just don't know what you're doing wrong, and whatever you do isn't improving your level of self-love and self-worth, it might be time to change your daily habits. I make videos here on YouTube helping you to find that level of self-worth and self-love which allows you to show up as the best version of yourself and be in relationships and friendships that are for your highest good. So if you're interested in those videos, make sure to subscribe to me on here so you never miss a post. So I'm going to share with you 3 habits that I implemented in my daily life and just life in general that have ultimately improved my level of self-worth and the way that I view myself. And the last tip that I'm going to share with you changed my life instantly. The first thing that you're going to implement is anytime you get a compliment from someone, no matter if it's a compliment on your appearance, your personality, or something that you've done, you're just going to say thank you. You're not going to deflect it. You're not going to give them a compliment back. You're not going to say thank you, but blah, 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 blah. You're just going to say thank you. It might sound simple, but if you're the type of person that can't take a compliment or struggles or feels uncomfortable with a compliment, it's really important that you start saying thank you when you do receive compliments. So you're not being arrogant if you say thank you for a compliment. You're not being big-headed. You're not being superficial. You're just training your subconscious mind to accept those statements as the truth, even if your conscious mind doesn't believe it. So your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality. So whatever you tell it, it'll believe to be true. So therefore, if you receive a compliment that you don't necessarily believe is true in your conscious mind, your subconscious will accept it as the truth, and eventually your conscious mind will start accepting it. For example, if you don't like the way that you look, but someone says you look great today and all you say is thank you, you're telling your subconscious mind that that is a statement of truth and therefore helping you to see yourself differently. The second habit to implement is to start accepting or asking for help. This might actually be really hard for you if you're someone who is very independent and you like doing things your own way, or you don't really like asking for help, but it's such an important part of finding self-worth and self-love. Asking for and receiving help is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you're incapable. It's actually a sign that you're honoring yourself, you're honoring your abilities, and you're honoring that you cannot do everything. If you're constantly doing everything on your own and you're never asking for help, you're most likely going to get burnt out, fatigued, tired, or stressed. So by stopping that cycle and actually asking for help, you're increasing your level of self-worth and self-respect and honoring that sometimes you do need help. So something that I learned is that some people just want to help you with nothing in return. So your friends or your family or people that you know may want to reach out and help you without expecting money, time, or energy in return. And it is okay to accept that help and not have to give anything back to them in return. So this last habit is probably the most powerful one, and it honestly changed my world instantly. It is to stop looking at your phone first thing in the morning and first thing when you wake up. I used to be someone who immediately upon waking up, I would check my social media, check my emails, check any text messages that I had that I didn't reply to, and then stay in a cycle of just looking at social media and focusing on the wrong things rather than focusing on how I actually wanted to set up my day. So for example, if you're scrolling on social media first thing in the morning, you're absorbing all this other information, all these other people's posts, what they're doing, their lives, and you're taking away from your own relationship with yourself and prioritizing you and what you want to do with the day. So if you're looking at other people's social media, you may be then in a cycle of comparing yourself to them, comparing what they're doing compared to what you're doing, and that's when you can start the cycle of self-loathing or having that low self-worth and self-esteem based on what you're viewing from other people. So if you can wake up, get out of bed instantly and set the intention for the day that you're going to prioritize yourself, your self-worth is going to improve. So your level of self-worth and self-love ultimately comes down to your own relationship with yourself. So if you're consciously removing any of those external factors that are impacting the way that you view yourself and ultimately a level of self-worth, you will find that your relationship with yourself will improve as you're focusing more on yourself, what you want to do, how you want to view the world, how you want to view yourself, and not so much comparing your life to people on social media. Habits do take a while to break. It's not always an instant overnight success, so you may need to work a bit at implementing these habits, but trust me, once you start implementing these 3 habits, the way that you view yourself is going to shift and your level of self-worth and self-love will ultimately increase. If you got this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.